down 500, a couple of $1 million on the Bucks. I don't see the line. That's what sways the line. These little $20, $30 bets don't move no line. When you get these whales dropping 500,000, $1 million, $2 million on the Bucks, that's what's going to move the line.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either, Skip. So that's all I can tell you what's going to happen. And Mahomes has won 25 of his last 26 games in which he started. They've been on an unbelievable roll, and they've been the favorite since they won the Super Bowl last year. So, and looking at the way Mahomes is playing, and people looking at what Tom did struggle in the second half, really bad against Green Bay.
Yep.
So, look, there are a lot of things to like about Tampa. There's even more things to like about the Bucks, and I just believe the bettors believe that Mahomes and the Chiefs have a better chance of winning, and they, 3.5 points. And it's probably going to be that, Skip. Tom Brady normally plays close Super Bowls. He's been in, this is 10th. All of them has been within one score except the one that he won against the Rams. They won by 10, 13-3. But
it wasn't like, it was close.
It was close until like the last 2 minutes.
It was 3-3 mid-fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
So all the games are normally close. They believe this game will be close. But it tells me that the bettors believe that the Chiefs are the better team and they'll win this game.
Okay. Completely concur. And then some. I always tell you, I try to guess the line before I see the line, just to see if I feel like they're way off base on this. I thought this would be a 7-point game. Chiefs would be favored by 7. And when it opened at 3.5-ish, right in there, I was like, wow. No. That's some respect for Brady at this stage.
I thought it would be 2. Considering that it is, even though, Skip, it's supposed to be a neutral site, it is the Bucks' home game. So
Line factor a little bit, except the debacles that the Bucks have suffered this year have come at home. I can't get out of my psyche the fact that I saw them get blown off their home field by New Orleans that Sunday night. I saw the Rams run them off their home field. That was Jared Goff at the controls, just threw them right off the field with 350 yards passing, right? I saw Tyreek Hill have 203 receiving yards on that same field in the first quarter. Well, so does that not negate home field advantage?
And plus the bettors saw that too, Skip. The bettors saw what you saw.
Okay, so to me, it's no shock that most bettors sit back and they say, oh, wait a second. Kansas City is clearly the better team, especially on offense. This is a juggernaut. This is a rising dynasty. If they win this one, the dynasty talk will ensue. Oh, yes. Right?
Yes.
It will be officially in season to start talking about how many of, can they win 3 in a row, which would be historical.
It'd be unprecedented. I mean, well, and Skip, if you think they talk about my homeboy now, he messed around and win 3 in a row, it's over. I don't really.
Well,
it'd definitely be over.
But to me, a lot of people think it's already over. I think you think in your heart of hearts that it's just over. Like, you respect Brady's achievements over 20 years, but your eyes tell you it's over because there's never been anything like 15.
Do I believe Mahomes is a better quarterback than Brady? Yes. When it's all said and done, will he have the achievements that Brady have?
Well, boy, you want to talk about setting the bar.
Exactly. That's the thing, Skip. And so that's what you're going to have to. It might be 2 separate arguments. It might be he has 70,000 yards, and maybe he has 4 Super Bowls or 5 Super Bowls, not 6 or 7 or even 8 if Brady continues to play, say he wants to play maybe till he past 45. Maybe he doesn't have the 40-plus playoff game.
Okay, so there's another way to define GOAT, and that is he playing at a level right here, right now, Patrick Mahomes, that no one's ever played at? Well, you can make that case.
You can,
Okay? Now, that's not the GOAT definition to me. The GOAT is achievement definition.
Yes.
And when you've won 6 rings with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter and overtime, that's game over. That's GOAT.
Skip, there haven't been very many quarterbacks, because we're talking about quarterbacks, that have had a 3-year run any better than what Mahomes has had. I mean, Brady's had some great runs. You look at Rodgers had a couple of runs. Manning has had some runs. But it's hard to say there's a quarterback that had a better run, especially at this age. We just don't see this. At 25, your second Super Bowl, 3. I mean, he's going to throw for 5,000 yards this year had Andy not set him in the final game. So, yeah, he's going to have a compelling case, like you said. I don't know about the achievement, Skip. 40-plus playoff games. Skip, that's 2 seasons. Almost 3 seasons worth of playoff games.
33-11?
Yeah, that's 44. They only play 48 games, a 16-game regular season. So you're 4 games away from playing 3 seasons of football.
It's impossibly great, and a lot of people they can't even wrap their head around the magnitude of the achievement. In part, I'm going back to this, a lot of people they're sick and tired of it. So a lot of these bettors are going to bet a little more with heart than head, except for the whales.
People that do this for a living.
Or let's talk about the wise guys.
Yeah.
You know, the
people
sharks.
that do it for a living.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the people who do it for a living bet with their head, but a lot of people just bet with their heart, and they want to see 12 go down on his home field.
Right.
Because they can't believe he got there in the first place. And to your point, he did throw 3 picks in the second half at Green Bay. One I didn't think was his fault, the one off Mike Evans' hands that Jair Alexander just caught on his knees at the 5. Thank you, God. But the point is, he struggled in that stretch right there. And so they're saying, well, maybe that's the guy. Maybe that's age 43. Maybe he's starting to hit the wall. I don't think he's hitting the wall at all. But I get why this is. I think this will be the trend from here. We're on Wednesday. I think this will continue to escalate.
And I think the last game they saw, Skip, they believe Mahomes looked better against Buffalo than Tom looked against Green Bay.
Yep.
Because, I mean, once they got rolling, Skip, they were down 9-0, and then they go 38 straight.
Okay, he did it on the backside, but I told you, to me, Brady played his greatest first half of his playoff career because he felt like I have to set the tone and keep the guy across from the field from front running at home.
The thing is about Mahomes is that when they get momentum, they can do things that very few teams have been able to do. Skip, they can create so much separation. They can go from being down 3, 7, 10 points to all of a sudden they're up 28, 31 points. We saw what they did to Houston. They're down 24, and in the blink of an eye, they're up 51-24. They're like, how the hell did that happen?
Okay, that's the phenomenon operating here.
Yes.
And I believe this number will go up. I will bet you this spread will end at 4.5.
You think so?
In favor of Kansas City. I think that it will continue to be a landslide of bets on the Chiefs.
But I tell you what I do believe happened. I believe these quarterbacks going to throw for at least 750 to 800 yards.
Boy, that's a lot of yards.
I'm telling you, Skip.
I mean, the only reason I put an asterisk there is it possible, even no risk it, no biscuit, Bruce Arians sits back and says, you know what? We just got to run it. We just got to run it and try to keep the ball away from him because Fournette's been hot.
Yeah.
So if you bang away and try to win time of possession, do you remember what happened at Tampa when Kansas City went there November 29th? They had the ball 37 minutes to 23 for him. Well, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, Skip, I think the thing is that you might anticipate running the football, but what happened, they went 3 and out 3 times. The next thing you know, it's 17-0, and we had to abandon.
Then you got
now we got 5 carries, which is an NFL low for a game. So that's what happened. I mean, I'm sure you go into it with a game, well, we're going to do this and this, and next thing you know, they jump out on you 17-0, and we got to abandon and try to scrap this thing together.
Well, this is the one thing I know about Tom Brady. If you told him you can throw for 150 yards and he's going to throw for 400, but you're going to win the game,
he's taking a win.
He'd say, thank you very much.
He's taking a win. Oh, absolutely.
I got it, and I'll never look back, and I'll have no regrets.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't know, Skip, if he can throw for that few yards. That first Super Bowl, Tom Brady, that's over. He knows he's going to have, because the likelihood of you being able to run the football and keep it away from him long enough, even if you run it, Skip, the thing that you know about what we've seen from Mahomes, even if you control the ball, you still got to hope he's off. If he's on his game, even if you're controlling the ball, he's going to go up and down the field on you.
Okay, who's going to have the 2 best receivers on the field? He is.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's got the best offensive mind calling the plays or at least designing the plays? Well, it's Andy Reid, right?
But you guys got the best offensive line protecting your guy.
Okay, yeah, I can make that case. But who has a defensive coordinator who once upon a time in the first Eli Super Bowl shut down Tom Brady, embarrassed him?
Spags did.
Spags did, right?
So, well,
Does he not know how to do it?
Yes, but I don't know if he has the firepower. We're going to talk about this a little later, but he might have to get a little bit unorthodox.
Dial it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom is expecting that. I believe they're expecting heavy pressure.
Oh, all right, guys. I want to get to this. There's been so much speculation about Deshaun Watson and his future. Is he on his way to the AFC West to face Patrick Mahomes twice a year? We'll share the latest details next.
one concern about my Clippers as it relates to the team upstairs in Staples, the Lakers. I have told you from the start that I thought the closer for the Clippers was lemon